Hello and welcome to another edition of Titans Review Corner. So, I think that some of you, if you know me personally, know that I am a big vampire fan. I don't know if I could actually pinpoint when I decided I was a vampire fan, because I can go back as far as really early 80s, seeing actually one of the Unico movies. He's not exactly a vampire, but he looks like a vampire, and for me vampires have been basically based off looks. I don't know why. It's that whole art, aesthetically pleasing, whatnotery. So I wanted to talk about a series that sadly most people don't know about anymore. Sort of a niche now. It's called Forever Knight. It ran for a pilot and 3 seasons. As you can see that I have everything but the pilot here. And actually the pilot had only one of the characters that's actually in the TV show. Kind of weird, right? Anyways, it is about a vampire cop in Toronto. He decided to pick up his life there. And of course, he had his master, person that brought him across, whatever you want to call him. There are no words to describe. He's one of my favorite characters of, like, all time, because that's some acting. I don't know, he's just amazing. Amazing. Anyways, let's see here. It was a low-budget TV show. I'm not quite sure if that was because it was made in Canada or something else altogether. So the fangs are fine, but oh gosh, do I have a picture of it around here? Kind of. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the contacts, you can kind of get an idea. I think they photoshopped that, but there are these horrible green-yellow contacts that just makes anybody wearing them look ridiculous. I thought it was funny, and for a long time I actually had a hard time with looking at pictures of the main character like that, just because those contacts were horrible. And this was back in like 92, 93, I think is when the show started. So those were those big nasty contacts from the 90s that are really thick and you could barely see out of them. Oh, those were the days. Luckily I didn't wear contacts back then. So he of course works the night shift because of his skin condition. I always thought that was funny. And his partner is this chubby Greek guy that you have seen if you've seen Weird Science or The Breakfast Club, because I know he was in both of those, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Because I'm like, hey! Oh yeah, that's right. Huh. That's weird. So, they go on adventures together, fighting crime, and yet, Nick, the main character, always seems to get there first, even if it's not on the first floor. Like, say it's 3 stories up. Oh, I'm there, I'm gonna bust in the window, I'm gonna take this guy out. And his partner's always like, huh, that's how... Nah, it's probably nothing. Towards the end of the first season, he almost finds Nick out, but Nick's maker, LaCroix, actually talks him out of it. I don't really want to get into too much as far as spoilers go. Believe it or not, this 3rd season, which I haven't opened yet because I haven't had time to, is actually my favorite. And if you almost don't need the setup because there are new characters introduced, so it's like, as long as you know that Nick is the main character. He's a vampire. His maker is LaCroix. Nick has a lady friend that he wants to be intimate with, but he cannot, and she knows what he is. You know, after that, you could basically just put in third season and start watching. They introduce a new partner for Nick, I won't say why, and a couple new vampires and a new captain. But this season tackles some of the most interesting put together episodes that I've seen. I mean, it's very hard to say because most vampire series don't last this long. So it's kind of nice to see that out there. They don't have a list of the episodes on here, but the last like 2 or 3 episodes in particular, the ones that end the series, were really well done. I mean, obviously you have to like vampire stuff, but the plot was really thought out. I was surprised when I first saw them. Even now, I sit down, watch the episodes, go, wow, I would not have thought of that. And the only problem with this series, as with most series, is they gave it a cliffhanger ending. Ugh. There was many years they talked about actually doing a movie wrap-up, but I guess they just never came up with the funds. So everybody parted ways and it was left out there. So overall, like I said, you know, recommend to vampire fans, to sci-fi fans, to people that like B TV shows, B movies, because some of the effects in some of the episodes, you're gonna laugh. There's one where you can see a string as they pull Nick out the window so he can fly. That one gets me every time. So overall, let's see here. I have to put this at an A for me as far as vampire and entertaining. Because, you know, if I'm ever in, you know, just put in some episodes and I'm entertained. I could probably pull up some quotes off the top of my head because of how much I've watched in the episodes. And this used to be on Sci-Fi Channel back in the day. It was originally, I think, produced by Fox, believe it or not, I think. But they would do marathons back around like 99, 98, around there. So I ended up taping a lot of the episodes, and then I would just marathon those. And then so finally when the DVDs came out, I was like, finally, I could just watch whatever episode I want. So sink your fangs into this show, because it's good. I hope that you have a good